Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome. This is a clean with me video. The other day I tackled my freezer. So this is how it's looking now with use. I prepped some of my smoothie mix here, so they're just freezing flat for now, but still looking good. So we are going to move on to the bottom part because I'm going grocery shopping tomorrow. I like to clean out as much as I can before grocery shopping. There's also some condiments on the side here. You probably can't see right now, but there are condiments on the door here that need to be let me move it here. So there are condiments on the door here that definitely need to be decluttered. I'm gonna go through the fridge here and see what needs to be taken out and thrown away. I really hate to throw away food, but it looks like there's a couple of containers of things that just didn't get eaten or put into the freezer like I typically like to do. So let's go ahead and start first with the decluttering, taking everything out, and then a quick wipe down. So let's get to it. Okay, so I'm gonna go just through here. Get rid of anything I know that we're not keeping. Keeping that. This I've had probably for almost a year, so I'm not gonna keep it. I don't think. Yeah, it's already expired, so that can go in the garbage. This I gotta ask my daughter what that is, and this we are keeping. Tzatziki, staple in our household. We make a Greek chicken, and yeah, still has some time. I just bought that Saturday for a get together, so I know that's good. Sour cream. These expire so fast. That's actually a good thing, but I need to get a new sour cream if we're gonna have tacos. Yeah, I like to declutter. This also is bad. I should be decluttering more. I typically don't do this when I go grocery shopping. I should be doing it more often because, like, I'm looking here, there's some things that we just didn't use. And I know as time gets busier, the summer is going to be here upon us, then you just don't want to be doing this. So you want to be decluttering, making up space, prepping your spaces to be more efficient so you can enjoy the nice weather and don't have to worry about cleaning. You want to still have to clean, but it'll be just like a maintenance clean, a quick wipe down, as opposed to a deep clean. I was instructed not to touch this milk tea for my daughters, but I am going to look at the expiry date because I know, it says 08, so they have time for that. But I'm gonna make my own tea for my iced tea coffee, like the iced tea milk teas. So yeah, in the spirit of buying Canadian, we went to this brand of a cheese dip, but it's not as good as the Tostitos, so I gotta look for a different brand, if there's a different Canadian brand than this, because we didn't quite like it that much. Okay, let's get to it. Yeah, this is one we typically buy. I know this one's old. You can see it here. That's gonna go. Gotta rinse that out. So for recycling, we tend to recycle, and anything that belongs in recycle, we clean it and wash it out. I never used to be like that, but my daughter was like, they're not going to even recycle if it's dirty, so what's the point? So we rinse it out, we clean it out before we put it in our recycling bin. and some dressings that need to be, yeah, these ones are good. So that's good. So we're getting down there. We can see here one last row, one last thing, and I know this has to be, it's good till July. I'm gonna see if I can find a recipe that I could use this in. It's also good to make rice with, or even for making a chicken soup. So I'm gonna keep this, it's still good. So let's get to wiping out this door. Now I have a bit of a hack, and it should be you know, no judgment here, but the door is dirty. Like I said, like especially here, I don't wipe it down. I might like organize it and, you know, kind of see things if they're expired, like sour cream or tzatziki, because we go through that a lot. But I typically don't wipe it down. But it looks like there's some sticky stuff that spilled here. So the hack that I have that should make my life or our life easier is we bought this plastic, and I'm probably gonna do it to get it redone, have my daughter redone. If it doesn't, I'm sure it will wash out. But we got this, like a big roll of this clear plastic to put to line the doors with. It's not up here, but they're here and there. And so we just take, once we want to wipe it out, we just take it off and wash it out. It was put there to make our lives easier, so it was less wiping, but because it's been a while that it's been wiped out, not too long, but enough for something to spill. So this one is like cleaner, right? So you would just basically take this out, put it into, and then wash it in the sink, and then this typically would just be a quick wipe down. So if anything spilled, like that had spilled, and you did it right away or soon after, then you wouldn't necessarily have this to wipe, because that plastic thing would have been already washed and be able to remove. So same thing with here. If you can see here, there's two of them here because just the length that it was. Not much to wipe down. I'm just gonna rinse these off, wash these off, and then put them back and then wipe here. So let me go ahead and wash these, and I'll get back to the door. Okay, so I've washed these, and I'm gonna put them back here, so it acts as a liner for your door. And like I said, if something spills, like if you immediately see that it spills, or you know, whenever, it's easier to take up and just clean. So you would just have to take this out, clean it, and put it back. So I'm going to continue wiping these out, putting these ones back, and then putting the bottles back. Okay, so I've wiped the jars off, and I'm going to put them back. So any jars, any little containers, I'm going to put back. Some of these things aren't mine, and I don't know if we're keeping them. I do know that we are keeping this. Just like the cookies in the freezer, there's a sentimental connection to this juice. And so I see that I don't have margarine. I have butter, but I don't have margarine. Sometimes the margarine is just easier to grab for. So I do need to pick that up at the store. I'm gonna write that on my list, and we're gonna move down to this shelf and see what's gonna go in here. I might just end up taking this because I might have been there for a while. I have no idea what this is, but I'm gonna ask my daughter. So if she doesn't need it, it's gonna go. Turmeric seasoning. This I discovered recently. It is a red pepper jelly. Really good for charcuterie boards. Really good with a soft cheese. I like it with a strong, soft cheese. Really good. I also had it with goat cheese, so on a cracker, like a nice cracker. Really, really good. So if you haven't tried it, try it. No one else eats it here in my house, so that's why I still have a lot of it. Pickles. We discovered putting pickles in our tuna. We never used to do that, but very good. Tzatziki, because you have to have tzatziki. I believe that is all. Everything else has to be replaced. This I gotta again ask my daughter what it is. It could have been a sauce that I had made, and when she packed up dinner she put it in there, but I don't recall. Okay, so down to the next level that could house like tall items, like water bottles and salad dressing bottles are going to go there. Is there anybody else out there in the world who's like me, who cleans their fridge? I know I'm not the only one who cleans their fridge. Some people just organize and see what they have. Like I said, I don't always clean my fridge before I do a shop, but I like a good packed fridge, but I also like it to be like an organized packed. Like I like to open up and say, oh, like you can kind of see what's in there. Some seasoning, lemon juice, put this over here, this which I'm not supposed to touch. And that is it. Oh no, there's more. There's some more dressing there, and I'm gonna put the this back here, so I can still see everything. So if I open up, I know that there is chicken broth and the dressings that we have, and then whatever. So that is all there. It also gives room to put other things that we might need to put there, and as I clean more, I may need to do so. Okay, so now we're going to go into the main part of the fridge. We're going to angle it over here. So we're going to start on top. So I have one shelf, this shelf, and then here, and then the drawer. I rarely put anything in the drawer because I do, but it's only if we run out of space everywhere else. And that's because it's very hard to open. Not hard, but it's old and it doesn't run as smoothly. So it's with these drawers that you're supposed to put the vegetables and everything in, is why I wouldn't mind a newer fridge, because you can kind of see everything, and everything, you can kind of see everything. Also with the newer fridge, the freezer is on the bottom and the fridge is on the top, so when you open it up it's like eye level. Here we always kind of have to bend down. We always have to bend down. So, but we are so appreciated that we have our working fridge. It is cold, it works well, so I am not going to talk bad against it because it has served us well. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out these here. The majority of the stuff we use here on a daily, so things get packed here because there's nowhere else to put it. This was supposed to be our dairy bin, but we're all into having yogurt. It's really good part of our morning routine and our breakfast routine, and it's good for a snack, and we have a snack option like throughout the day. You can take it to work, and or for breakfast. So now that it's full, because there's 3 of us who are eating at least 2 yogurts a day, so we go through it quickly. So I had just bought some yesterday because I was at the store, so I'm gonna finish up that. My kids are gonna finish up, well, I'll get into the rest. So let me just go ahead and pull these through. And this same thing came from that same roll. I think we even still have the roll, so we just cut it to size. And the reason why we did this is because, you know, you had juice. We don't drink a lot of juice anymore, but when we used to have jugs of juice or milk, we used to have the jug of milk or just something in here, and it would spill. It'd spill all the way down, right? So because these racks are wire racks. So we got so I'd seen here on YouTube where they would put placemats, like those plastic placemats from the dollar store. But they were gray, so they were gray and solid, right? So they kind of darkened the fridge. So we changed that as well. We took those out, and we put this clear lining, so if anything spills, we just take out the lining. We can just take out the lining, and it doesn't, you know, create such a huge mess. It doesn't go all the way down to the bottom or destroy food on another shelf. We haven't had big spills like that, but you never know, things could leak and you just don't know, right? So we still put it on, and it helps us. So just like the door, I haven't wiped down in here for a while. Again, I go through it and just check, like when I'm going shopping, usually by Wednesday, Thursday, today is Wednesday evening. We've kind of gone through, you know, a lot of this fresher stuff, like not frozen or in the cupboards, and our meals are either packed away. If we haven't eaten it, it's packed away in the freezer. It's just rice. It's going in garbage. And so it looks a lot clearer, so I kind of have an idea. Typically is if we need some form of protein meat. I had stopped buying sandwich meat for a while, but then I discovered these as well. Because in a rush or in a pinch, and my daughter needed lunch for work, this would be a good option. I just like having it on its own, and it actually tastes a lot better than other ones. But these are expensive. But if I kind of calculate who's eating it, and you know, kind of calculate how much you're spending on your lunch, if you make your own lunch and you're having like a better quality type sandwich meat, then it is worth the investment. So if you're looking for a good sandwich meat, this one is good. So let me go ahead and clear out and then wipe out. Like I was saying, like sandwich meat, we usually have some sausages or bacon, even 2 types of bacon. Here, I can move this. This is anchovies. My daughter makes an anchovy pasta. It's just really, really good. So I'm gonna put that on the thing to make soon, probably next week, because my other daughter made like a similar type pasta last night, but she put shrimp. So I'm gonna put that on my grocery list to buy some anchovies so we can have it. So typically we go through a lot of cheese, Parmesan cheese, like the fresh Parmesan cheese, and cheddar cheese. I always buy like the cheese that you would put on the sliced cheese that you would put on the sandwich. So just things like salami and stuff, they go on these. Oh, you can't really see. Oh, sorry. I'll bring the bin up. I'll bring this down. Oh. Okay, so typically here our cheeses and our meats, and then we have eggs. We are also into now boiling eggs as part of our breakfast or snack. So sometimes when I take it to work, I don't eat it till about 11 or 12, and because I'm feeling hungry and it's not quite lunch, so I'll just eat one of my eggs. Yeah, so I'm gonna just organize these acrylic bins we got from the dollar store, just so we can contain and see, and kind of separate the 2 categories from meats and cheeses there. So I'm gonna clear everything here on the bottom shelf. This bin is supposed to be our leftover bin. I need a way to house this wine. 'Cause I bought wine for my birthday party that I had for myself, but I bought wine for a birthday party that I had for my here with friends, but we didn't do any drinking, so the wine is still here. So I might put the wine in the drawer, yeah, and just make sure I make a note that it's there. It wasn't. This one's been open, but the other two weren't open. So this is supposed to be our leftover bin, so that we can just see, oh, this is what was left over. So I'm going to organize that and clear that as well, because when there's no space, you kind of just put things everywhere. So let me go ahead and clear this out. So this is what it's looking like now. I rinsed these, I washed these out, and I'm gonna dry them. This is what had the cheese. One had cheese, and one had like our meats. And then also there was a basket that was down there that I washed out. I'm gonna dry and put that in. And then start putting things back and then tackle the drawer. So I'll be right back. Moving on to the last shelf. I cleaned this out. There was 2 containers of leftovers and some alcohol. So I'm gonna put the alcohol in the drawer and see what this was gonna be looking like. Probably just empty. I think there's some tapioca here that my daughter uses for bubble tea. Yeah, so this stays here. It's for bubble tea, and everything else is gonna go into the jar, which is just some lettuce and then the wine. So let me clear out the drawer. I think there's some, also we have some salted fish that I'm going to put in the drawer. So this is the drawer. Wasn't much in, some bags of chopped salad, which we'll have today or tomorrow. And then I'm gonna put the alcohol in here. I figured out why the drawer is so not so stable. Is like one end is broken, so it doesn't have that little lift there. But yeah, it's just not perfect, but it will do. So I'm just gonna put the alcohol in here. I think I have a onion and a lettuce to go in here, and then that's it. So this is the hack that I was talking about. These were the placemats that I got from Dollar Tree. We actually had 4. I had 2 that I had left outside on a shelf, but we since replaced those. And so I left these in here. So if anything spoils or leaks or whatever gets this drawer messy, I will just take these out, wash instead of having to remove the whole drawer. And these drawers are big and can't really fit into any normal sink. So they're hard to, it's a little bit more tricky to clean. So I'll just take out the mats and I wash those off, or rinse those off, wipe them out. Or sometimes you don't even have to. If they're not so bad, you can just do it in the drawer. So that's a little hack. Again, I got these from Dollar Tree. They're like the plastic ones. They are placemats for your table, but we are using it here in our fridge. So just a little hack. Okay, so here's what it's looking like. There's the alcohol and there's the vegetables that we are going to be using up. We go through our vegetables quickly nowadays. I don't like to buy too much so that it spoils. So doing a shop tomorrow. So this will have some more vegetables in it. So this is the drawer. So this is my fridge done. Nice and clean and ready for the next shop and the next cooking, and you're gonna have leftovers in here. So it's not gonna remain this tidy, but I like to see this every once in a while, once a week, twice a week. So what I love is a good stocked fridge, not overly stocked, but a stocked fridge. And I like to see it, the stuff being used. It shows that we are eating the food that I'm buy that we're buying, we're not wasting it. And yeah, it's a really good feeling. But food prices nowadays, you don't want to waste. You want to bring things into your home that your family wants to eat without throwing it away. And you know, I know like my daughters, like sometimes for them both, it's opening up a messy fridge. It's overstimulated or overwhelming. So it tends to like you just grab and go, and it's like you just don't, you're not motivated to do a thing. So we kind of like, let's put what we, not overly stock, eat the things that we have, and try to organize and keep it as tidy as possible. With all of us being so busy, sometimes it's just not possible. So I get that as well. But now the fridge is ready to receive new blessings, new food that we're able to buy to nourish our body and to feed our soul. So thank you so much, everybody, and watching. And also, I just wanted to send a message out there. Like, so many times, we think that we need something bigger, something better, and we throw away the thing that we have that was working perfectly fine. When it is time for you to get whatever your blessing, something new, like for example, it's been a couple of years, I keep saying I'm saving for a fridge, but that every savings that I've had so far has gone to something else, like my car or just bills. Everything went up. Everything, my mortgage, my car payment, not my car payment, my car insurance, everything went up. Food prices are gone up, so it's hard to save. And I am overly appreciative of still having a fridge. This is a good fridge. It's a Whirlpool, but whether it wasn't a Whirlpool or not, I'd just be appreciative of a good working fridge that is able to keep the food that we need to have on a daily basis. So keep that in mind. Don't keep up with the Joneses. Just do what you can. You don't have to have what everybody else has. And we have a fridge and stove that don't match. And I know we want to get it. Like I said, we want to get a new fridge, but we had to get a new stove because it was just not good. And so my daughter blessed me with that. And, I've been just trying to get a new fridge. Not trying, but wanting a new fridge, but not putting so much effort that I'm just striving for the fridge because there's a lot of other things that I need to do. But I'm very much appreciated, and so should you. Don't worry about what everybody has in their home. Just do what's good for your family and your pocket. So just want to leave you with that message. Take care, everybody, and I will see you in my next cleaning video. Take care. Bye.